person who refused to give a donation. Okay, you know. So sometimes this is also very expert. Sometimes you just have to take the sting out of it. You know, it's relax. Now he said, no, this is great love. You see, in the world today, they have there's a book in the world. Probably none of you have read it. It's called The Languages of Love. None of you have read it, right? Hare Krishnas don't read these kind of books. It's all about romance, actually. So it's called Language of Love. So different people show their love in different ways. Am I right? So the man, now I'm becoming marriage counselor just for a few minutes. Bear with me here. So men and women show their love in different ways only. Am I right? So for a lady, the way she feels the love is, I'm being stereotyped here, so just, it's not always like this, but oh my God, someone's recording this, clearly. That's a reminder from Krishna, be careful. So they generally want, you speak, spend time, let's talk. You know, let's, some presence, some attention only. That's the way to show love. And for a man, the way to show love is, no, we get things done, take responsibility, you know, we help, we do practical things. So both are showing love. But what happens is they express their love in different ways. So sometimes one partner may think the other one is not showing me love. But what's really happening is they don't understand their language of love. And therefore, everyone shows love, but they show love in different ways because they have different languages of love. So did you know that the Supreme Personality of Godhead has different languages of love? Sometimes he comes to the world and he shows his love in different ways by doing different things. Sometimes he shows his love by giving teachings. Sometimes he shows his love by displaying beautiful pastimes and conquering the hearts of the devotees and enchanting them. And sometimes he comes to the world and he shows his love by killing the demons. This is also an exhibition of love. Have you ever seen that? Like in your life, if you're in danger and someone comes to help you, how much you become conquered by their love. Right? Sometimes it can really, you'll remember that for so long. So Nrsingadev is Krishna who comes in the language of love, which is to be violent. Let's not, it's true. Nrsingadev is violent. But it's a violence out of love. It's a violence in order to deliver the devotees and rectify the demoniac. And so it's very, very beautiful. Rupa Goswami explains that 3 incarnations are paravastha. Understand this way? Paravastha. Paravastha means they are primary. And that is Rama, Krishna, and Nrsingadev. And so someone asked the question, why are these 3 forms paravastha? Why are they the primary forms of the Supreme Person? Because Rupa Goswami says these 3 forms become very active in the life of a devotee. These 3 forms are always reciprocating. These 3 forms of the Supreme Lord are what we call Bhakta Vatsala. Understand? Bhakta Vatsala means very, very friendly towards the devotees. So if you take some time to read this very beautiful pastime of Nrsingadev, Hiranyakashipu, Prahlad, in the 7th canto of the Bhagavatam, it can teach you so much about life, all of us. You see, we're living in a world which is very, very harsh. Have you ever been harsh to someone else? Oh, me, not me. Have you ever been harsh? Dambodharpo bhimanascha krodhaparyushamevacha Ajnanam chabhijatasya parthasampadamasurim. There is a demoniac mentality, and that demoniac mentality contains 6 facets. And one of those aspects of demoniac mentality is harshness. We live in a world which is so harsh, isn't it? Sometimes someone does something very, very small and we overreact unnecessarily. And 37 years ago, on that Tuesday morning, on that rainy day in front of that supermarket, you said that. And now I don't speak to you for the rest of eternity. So harsh. So we overreact. We are very impulsive. And these are all facets of harshness. So we live in a harsh world. And oftentimes we are very, very harsh. So this pastime in the 7th canto of the Bhagavatam reminds us that that harshness begins in personalities like Hiranyakashipu, who was so harsh towards Prahlad. So much so that he wanted to kill his own son. Kill his own son in the most aggressive ways. But what did Prahlad respond with? Incredible forgiveness. It's hard to forgive. People do things to us. People say things to us. And then are you just ready to say, it's okay, I hate the disease, not the diseased. I don't hold it against them. I'm ready to forgive them. I don't carry any of that bad feeling with me. So many people in this world are carrying so many negative feelings towards other people, and it's very, very heavy to carry that all around. So the goal of life is not to remember all the terrible things that somebody did to you. The goal of life is to remember all the beautiful things that Krishna is doing for you at every moment. But how will you remember that if the mind is hijacked by negativity? So Hiranyakashipu represents harshness. Prahlad represents incredible forgiveness in the harshest of harshness. We can learn so much from this. Just to give you a real life example. Some years ago, there was a man. And this man, what happened is his daughter died at the time of birth. So when his daughter died at the time of birth, he looked up at God and he said, how could you do this to me? And from that moment on, he could never forgive God. And as the years went by, he was becoming more and more and more angry at God. And he said, God, I'm going to get revenge on you. And you know what this man decided to do? He went with a gun and he went inside an Amish village. He went into the school, and on one morning, he shot 10 of the small girls in that school. He walked out, and you know what he did next? He shot himself. All the parents were called. Can you imagine what that experience was like? And you know what? One of the parents of one of these girls that had died, you know what that parent did? That same morning, he went to the family home of the gunman and he said, let us mourn together. He went to the family of the gunman who killed his daughter and he said, let's mourn together. The next day, you know what he did? He went back to the family home and he said, do you need help organizing his funeral? 1 week later, it was the funeral of the gunman who killed all of those girls. And you know what? There was more members of the Amish community at the gunman's funeral than his own family. incredible harshness met with incredible forgiveness. Think about that for a moment. Who could do such a thing? The reason I'm telling you this story is because sometimes when we hear about Prahlad and Hiranyakashipu, no one was like, oh my God. Isn't it? Because we've heard the story many times. But when I told you the story of the Amish, then you think, oh my God, because it's real, it's close to home. But when we hear stories like this, then we get an insight into what was happening in the Bhagavatam. That Prahlad, after being tortured in that way, could say to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but can you make sure my father will be delivered? The Supreme Lord said, don't worry about it. 21 generations of your family are already liberated by your purity. So to be a devotee means to be able to forgive. And how are you able to forgive? Because you know, Rakshishyati Divishvasho. Krishna is always protecting me. Krishna is always protecting me. I have nothing to worry about. The moment you have full faith that Krishna is holding me, there will be no reason to hold a grudge or feel a victim towards anything in this world. That is the exalted consciousness of someone like Prahlad. And so in this day and age where there's so much harshness, we have to embody so much forgiveness. And these pastimes don't just teach us very, very transcendental lessons about the love of the Lord for his devotee. They also teach us very, very practical lessons of how we're meant to navigate life and the things we'll experience in this life. Hare Krishna. All right, so I wasn't supposed to give a lecture today, but once we start, so I'm not going to go beyond that. I'm just going to kind of open it up and see whether some of you may have questions, either related to this or related to anything you'd like to ask. Okay, you get the first say, you are the boss.
Since the day on the Narasimha Day, appearance day, you took saffron rose. Can we request you to give a talk on Narasimha Day appearance day? Can that be a last?
Oh, you mean on Thursday?
Yes.
Okay.
I really appreciate that. Thank you.
Okay. We'll talk about it. We'll strike a deal, me and you. No, I'd love to. Because I'm just wrapping up at university this week. I think it should be okay. I'll connect with you. Is that okay? Yeah. I mean, yeah. I'll also come to hear whoever's giving the class. I know. Yeah, no, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah. Anyone else? Any questions? Yes. Is there a roaming mic, or there's no roaming mic, right? Oh, it's okay. All right. If you have it, if it's easy, otherwise, because then you don't have to.
I do dramas. I can project. I was going to say, forgiveness is just sometimes difficult to understand. Like, do you think you could explain something about the mindset of someone who forgives easily?
How is it that they're able to forgive? Yeah. Thank you so much for asking that question. See, a devotee is able to forgive because they have a certain vision of themselves. They have a certain vision of the person who's inflicting pain upon them, and they have a certain vision of the world. I'll explain what I mean. The first thing is that a devotee understands this world is meant to frustrate me. That's it. When we have a false expectation of what this world should be, everything will become difficult. But because a devotee understands the world is perfectly imperfect, I'm here, Definitely I'm going to get cheated. Definitely I'm going to be neglected. Definitely people are not going to reciprocate with me. That is the very blueprint, because Krishna says, Dukhalayam ashashvatam. Therefore, in the Bhagavatam, when Parikshit gets cursed, there's a very beautiful verse. Tirashkrita vipralabdha kshapta kshipta hata api nasyatat pratikurvanti tad bhakta prabhavo pihi. Tirashkrita, a devotee may be defamed. Vipralabdha, a devotee may be cheated. Kshapta, a devotee may be cursed. Kshipta, a devotee may be neglected. Hata api, you know what? They might even try to kill a devotee. Nasyatat pratikurvanti. Pratikurvanti means they never try to come back. They never seek revenge. Isn't it amazing? In our life, we're definitely going to get cheated. Is it happening to you? We're going to get cheated, right? Sometimes even the people closest to you will cheat you. According to some Vedic teachers, if there was someone you cheated in the past life, then what happens is they come back in this life as your child. This is called Rini Putra. And then what they do? It's got Mama, Papa, smiling, all very charming. They take away all your money, everything. Be careful, guys. Anyway, so where am I saying? Yeah, so this will happen. So the first thing is that a devotee has a vision of the world. The vision of the world is, I'm meant to be uncomfortable here. This is an experience I'm meant to grow from. Second thing is a devotee has a certain vision of themselves. Nobody is a victim, because every action and reaction is connected. This is something I had to go through. This is something I had to experience. Nothing happens by chance. And the third thing is that a devotee has a certain vision of the other person, that this person is just the instrument of my karma. They're not the cause of my karma. They're the instrument. Tomorrow, if the postman comes and puts a fine through your door, you don't run down the street and start chasing the postman. Because just the postman. So now I'm just saying these three things like, yeah, vision of it's so hard, isn't it? Are you ready to accept the world is meant to frustrate you deeply? Are you ready to accept that whatever you're going through has a connection to your own activities? Are you ready to accept that this person is not the cause of my pain, they're just the instrument? The moment you're able to accept those three things, you can forgive anyone. Therefore, Vasudeva and Devaki, after Kamsa killed, how many of their children? When they thought that maybe Kamsa's changed, we'll forgive him, no problem. Ambarish, Durvasa, tried to kill him. Ambarish said, no problem, why are you apologizing? It's okay. I'm sorry, I tried to kill you after all. Oh, it's okay, relax, no problem. No problem. It's very exalted consciousness. Therefore, Rupa Goswami, when he's talking about bhav, isn't it? Sometimes we talk about bhav, like, oh, Prabhu, I'm in bhav. Bhav. Ecstasy. How do you know you're actually in bhav? One devotee came to me and said, Prabhu, I was in the kirtan, I was experiencing bhav. I opened up the nectar of devotion. I said, Prabhu, sit down. Let me tell you what bhav is. Right? It's not just the emotion in the heart. What is bhav? Kshantir avyartha kalatvam viraktir manashunyata ashabandha samutkantha namagane sada ruchi. Rupa Goswami says there's 8 symptoms by which you know you're in bhav. I won't go through all of them. Let me just tell you the first one. Extreme ability to forgive. Prabhu, I was in bhav. Are you able to forgive? And why is someone in bhav able to forgive? Because they're seeing Braj. They're seeing Vrindavan. They're seeing the spiritual world. And they're seeing, what is this world? Here today, gone tomorrow. It's just a flash in eternity. And therefore, whatever happens here, why will I take it so seriously? Krishna is there. And Krishna loves me. How can I be affected by anything in this world? Just see the exalted consciousness. So this forgiveness is very, very deep. But it's a very, very it's a very, very humbling way to understand where we are in spiritual life. Because we are so apt to holding grudges against people. But it means we haven't understood. Now that doesn't mean that you're not practical. Forgiveness doesn't mean that you don't be practical. If someone is causing you harm, if there's some argument, keep a distance. Keep a respectful distance. Don't be neglectful. Like, take practical precaution. But in our hearts, we should try not to keep the grudge. Does that help? Okay, yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I think to go off that, so if you like forgive someone, it's also implying that the action you committed towards you is over. And that, again, if someone came up to your house currently and they had a gun and they're about to shoot you, you'd obviously try to take a gun and shoot them as well. Like, you don't want to die. So you need to exert violence in that case. But I think in the case of forgiving, like in the example he gave, that act indeed was done. So the only pain that can be caused to you is the pain of attachment, of holding on to that feeling of, I'm not going to let this go forever. I'm going to willingly hold this pain in my heart. And I think you have to realize it's the person who ends up forgiving is the one who realizes they have a choice. They have a choice to either hold this pain forever with them or realize that in this moment, the action is done. There's nothing physically I can do to, like change the event. And the only thing that's going to cause me pain is how much hate I have in my heart. So it's contextual. Like if you still have the action to combat the pain, and if someone is trying to exert their self on you in a harmful way, then you have to act in a way that's opposing that. But if there's nothing you can do except release your attachment, then that's the best case to do that. So, yeah.
That's beautiful. Thank you so much. Yeah. And, like take someone like Arjun. Arjun was ready to forgive, right? All the Kauravas. He was like, it's okay. They've cheated me. They tried to kill me. He did everything, right? But Krishna said, no, you have to fight. Because you have to fight, because you have to also establish justice in the world. But Arjun wasn't fighting because of ego. Arjun wasn't fighting because of bitterness. Arjun wasn't fighting to get revenge. Arjun was fighting to make the situation better. So that's also another point, that, someone may do something, you can forgive them, but it doesn't mean you don't have to take action. You may have to take action. Because if you don't, you're further implicating them in their own illusion. So yeah, and I love the point about we're just hurting ourselves, right? Like there's the story of the Buddha. Someone, I think it's the Buddha. All good stories go to the Buddha. But someone shot him with an arrow or something, or someone shot someone with an arrow. And then this arrow was in this person's heart and he was bleeding like anything. So he was going around the forest and someone stopped him. He said, what's the problem? He said, someone shot me with an arrow. He said, what? Take that arrow out. You're bleeding. He said, no, I want to find that person and show them what they did to me. That's what we're like sometimes. We want to show people, and in the process, we're killing ourselves. It's so hard to carry all this negative feeling towards people. We have to let it go somehow or other. Anyway, thank you. Thank you for that comment. Appreciate it.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, Dandvat Pranam. Maharaj, I was watching your recent lecture on a universe in a verse.
Universe in a verse. Oh, okay.
Yes.
You're on the
And
way.
what gave me goosebumps was when you mentioned that in CC verse 4, Kadamba Sandeepan. Gave me goosebumps that you found your universe in a verse. And I was thinking that what is one verse that fits all of us? The universal verse. If you can share that.
Oh, I thought you were going to give us the answer to that. You drop a question like that, you have to give the answer as well. You know, you can't just drop a question like that. What is the one verse? There's people like so many verses, no? So many verses. Maybe I should just say one. There could be many. I don't think this is the verse, but it's definitely a very beautiful verse. Patram pushpam phalam toyam yome bhaktya prayachati tadaham bhakti uparitam ashnami prayatat manaha. Just think about that verse, meditate on it. Krishna says, I don't need anything. I don't need much. Give me a leaf, a flower, fruit. Just give me one drop of water. But do one thing. Do it with love. Such a beautiful teaching. Krishna is hungry for love. Bhakti uparitam. Put your devotion in the front. How much love are we going to have? We have no love. That's the problem. We have love actually, but it's covered. Prema dhana vinavyartha daridra jivan dasa kori vetana more deha prema dhan. Kaviraj Goswami says, Prema dhana vinavyartha. If you don't have love in your heart, daridra jivan, then you're a poor soul. What is wealth? People measure wealth in so many ways. I'm wealthy because I have money. I'm wealthy because I have influence. I'm wealthy because I have academic qualifications. Kaviraj Goswami says, Daridra Jivan, you're poor. You're poor. Do you have love? Can you drop a tear for Krishna? Can you drop a tear for Krishna? Once Indradivna Maharaj was giving a class and he said all the austerities, all the service, all of the reading, all of the yatras, everything is just so that one day you can sit in one corner of the room, chant one holy name of Krishna and drop a tear for Krishna. If you get to that point, finished. Everything else is a detail. Namaruchi. Isn't it? So it's all about love. It's all about love.
Thank you, Maharaj. And yeah, just want to mention that you have made a big difference in my life, the thought process, bringing positivity, watching your lectures online. So that's how you have an impact personally on my life. It's been a year.
Oh no, that's your kindness.
No.
That's no, it's no. That's, you see, it's a teamwork, no? Like in Niti Shastra is said. How does this go again? It's said that what is the value of a washerman who turns up in a town and sets up a business in a town of Naga Babas? This is from Niti Shastra. What is the value of a washerman who comes to a town and sets up a business in a town of Naga Babas? You understand? Naga Babas means they go naked. No business. So what is the value of a speaker, even someone? There must also be someone. Therefore, if you see in the Bhagavatam, the audience is glorified. Manayo sadhu prishtoham bhavad bir lokam mangalam yatkrita Krishna samprashno. Sutta is looking at the sages, he's saying, you're amazing. They're looking at him, they're saying, you got to give the answers, not us. He said, no, your questions are amazing. Because it's your questions that draw out something. See, a saintly person is like a cloud. A cloud may rain or it may not rain. In London, it always rains. But if there is an audience, then they can draw, milk the cow. Dugdam Geetam Ritam Mahat. Right? So it's like milking a cow. So anyway, I'm just giving the principle, nothing to do with me. Thank you.
Thank you.
Alrighty, yeah. Yes, please, at the back. Yes. Do you need the mic, or are you you do drama also?
I was thinking, so in forgiveness and in loving, with what the world is going through, with all the chaos and the media and all of that, how can we show love or forgiveness towards the collective? Chaos
Yeah, we won't mention any names, but
it's hard. So
it is hard, yeah. We see people doing such destructive things in the world. And then how do we forgive all of that? Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachit Ananda Vigraha. Krishna is overseeing the whole show. Everyone in this world thinks they're a controller. They're pushing the buttons. And even sometimes we think they are the controllers. They're pushing the buttons. There's no Illuminati. Maybe there is. But it doesn't matter. Even if there's an Illuminati, there's someone trumping all of them. Krishna is overseeing the whole show. Maya Dhyakshena Prakriti Suyate Sacharacharam. The whole material nature is working under my direction. Therefore, everyone is just a pawn, ultimately. So today, one person is on the top, calling all the shots and creating all the chaos. And then what happens? Punar Mushtika Bhav. Again, become a mouse. And tomorrow, they're nobody. And like that, the world goes through. Bhumi says this actually in the Bhagavatam. Bhumi as in Mother Earth, because she's being plundered. And she says all of these big leaders, they think like they're the ones on the top, and then again they fall. Isn't it? There was a boxer, and his saying was, I am the greatest. Later on, he surrendered. He realized. And float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. So the point I'm making is that ultimately Krishna is overseeing the world. Whatever's meant to happen is meant to happen. And people doing negative things in the world, rather than holding negativity towards them, we pray. Just as these Amish community prayed. Everyone is suffering. And I know it's easy to say behind the mic, how do we do that in real life? But you know what helps me? Just go out there and try and do something positive. Don't be an observer of the world. Because if you become an observer of the world, you will become depressed. But instead, what you can do is be a participant in the world and say, today I'm going to go out there and bring a little bit of light into the world. I may not be able to change the whole world, but this morning I can wake up and I can change one person's world. And that's what Vaishnavas are. Vaishnavas give light to the world. I'll give you a useless fact. It's not a useless fact because I'm using it. If you can check this on ChatGPT later on to make sure, tell me if I'm wrong. If you strike a match and you shine that match in outer space, it can be seen 12 miles away. I know I can see some people doing the fact checking now. Tell me if I'm wrong about that. Anyway, something to that effect. Because when the darkness is so dense, a little bit of light goes a long way. Every single person in this room, don't underestimate yourself. You are like a candle. And you may think, what's a candle going to do to alleviate the darkness of this world? It's going to go a long way. So don't just be an observer of the world. Become a contributor to the world. Become an agent of positive change. And when you become so engrossed in doing something good in the world, you ain't got time to worry about all the negative people. That's the trick. Push the negativity out by allowing your life to be consumed in doing something spiritually beneficial. Some thoughts. Prabhu, yes, please. And then I'll come to you back.
Thank you. I have a very good question for you.
Oh, okay.
Maharaj, how can we be sure that we love Krishna?
It's only a good question if I can answer it. How can we, that's such a beautiful question. So how can we be sure that we love Krishna?
That we love Krishna, that we have developed a love for Krishna in a course of our devotion.
I guess, yeah. There could be many ways to answer that. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Na dhanam, na janam, na sundarim, kavitam va jagati shakamaye, mama janmani janmanishvare, bhavatad bhakti rahai tuki tvai. Na dhanam. I don't want all this wealth. All this money comes to you, wealth, position, property, and then it all gets taken away. What's all the point of all of this? Right? Have all these things and then eventually it all goes away anyway, isn't it? Where there's a will, there's a relative. Don't worry, guys. There's someone there to pick it up. Don't worry. Na dhanam. Na janam. I don't want to be glorified. I don't want followers. I don't want attention. Who am I? All attention should go to Krishna. He's the most attractive. If people put their attention and their faith in me, they'll be disappointed. Why are you putting it in me? Put it in Krishna. He's the most beautiful. Na sundarim. I'm no longer attracted to the opposite gender. I don't want to gratify my senses. It doesn't work. Dukkha yonaya evate. It only creates more suffering. Bhavatad bhakti. If life after life I can just be with the devotees and serve you, that will be the perfection. So these prayers are very simple, no? Na dhanam, na janam. And in our mind, more dhanam, more janam, more. No, Prabhu, I don't want any of that. And then look at where we're putting all of our time and energy, resource to get all of those. So that's bhav, right? Like I mentioned, the first symptom of bhav, kshantir, incredible forgiveness. Second symptom of bhav, avyartha kalatvam. Can't bear to waste a moment of time. You know that someone has love for Krishna when they can't bear to waste one moment of time. Every moment is for Krishna. The gopis looked at Brahma and said, you did a lousy job. Because you created the 14 planetary systems, 8.4 million species of life, you structured a whole ecosystem, but then you made eyes that are covered by eyelids which blink and which mean for a moment we can't see Krishna. You messed up. Can't bear. Right? And then the third characteristic of bhav, kshantir, avyartakalatvam, virakti. Complete detachment. Not forced. Prabhu, I will not have anything. No, natural. Disinterest. Who can become naturally disinterested? The Goswamis were so absorbed that sometimes they forgot to eat. You say, sometimes that happens to me also. But they were so absorbed that sometimes they forgot to sleep. That never happened to you. Don't try that one. Don't tell me that one happened to you. They were so absorbed, sometimes they forgot to sleep. What does this all mean? It's all very poetic. What does it mean? It means someone is so enamored by Krishna. So it's very, again, I'm saying all these things. We are on the journey, right? But isn't it, you experience some semblance of this, no? Right? Yeah, you don't. So many things that previously it's just not interesting anymore. So it's happening by Srila Prabhupada's mercy.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thanks to you.
Thank you. It was a very good question. Confirmed.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, anyone? I think some hands at the back. Yeah, okay, Prabhu. Yeah, I think, okay, you can begin and then it will come.
Hare Krishna, Maharaj. That was such a beautiful lesson on forgiveness that you highlighted. Maharaj, as we read prayers of Prahlad Maharaj from Bhagavatam, what other lessons could we be on the lookout for, like forgiveness?
Wow, so many lessons. Nishingadev says to Nishingadev says to Prahlad, what benediction do you want? Think about that for a moment. Nishingadev, Krishna, give you anything you want. What was Prahlad's reply? Yadidasyasi me kaman varamshcha varadarshaba kamanam ridya samroham bhavatastu vrinay varam. Yadidasyasi me kaman. Nishingadev, if you want to give me any benediction, give me the benediction kamanam ridya samroham, that all material desires in my heart may disappear. That's it. Because these desires within our heart perpetuate our suffering. Husband and a wife, they were married. There's always a husband and a wife story. They were married for 50 years. They were both 70. So on their 50th Golden Jubilee, that's what they call it, right? Golden Jubilee anniversary, the genie came to them and said, any wish you'd like. After 50 years of marriage, they're 70, sitting beside each other. So the man says, I want that my wife should be 20 years younger. Boom, he became 90. Because there must be some mistake here. There must be something. You asked for it. You asked for it only. No, I meant something different. No, this is what you asked for. Saint Teresa of Avila says more tears were shed from prayers that were answered than from prayers that were unanswered. Because we go in front of Krishna and we ask for all kind of things. And what do those things do? They perpetuate your suffering in the world. You want this, and then it brings another 5 anxieties. Therefore, Prahlad said, I want to retire from this game. Kama nam ridya samroham. Just remove all the material desires. It's a good teaching, no? So it doesn't mean you have to take sannyas. It doesn't mean you have to leave everything behind. You have your life, you have your career, your family. It's beautiful. But just all connect it all now. Don't do it for a selfish reason. Because if it's I, then it's just illness. All right. Thank you. Yeah. Okay.
Krishna Maharaj. So thank you very much for being here. I have a few questions. They're all interconnected. So
Yeah, sure. No worries.
I guess so. Each iteration of the movement has taken different identities and focus. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yes. If the mic's working, you can use it. If it's not,
okay. So each iteration of the movement has essentially taken like different identities and focuses.
Each
right?
iteration of the movement, yeah.
100%. So, in the name of succession planning, what should the next generation of devotees focus on? And then essentially, what should I be learning from this experience? And I'm going to get into the actual questions now. So the one is, what should the focus? If there's 3 to 5 things to focus on. Be it, should it be like radical expansion, like organic growth of the movement?
For the movement, okay.
And then the other one is just, I guess, the harshness versus constructive criticism. So for the most part, it's all voluntarily and people are absolutely doing their best. But there's maladministration, there's all sorts of things happening. Now,
should we improve on that aspect?
100%.
Yeah,
right? And then the last one, which is probably the one that agitates me the most, is so prior to coming to Krishna consciousness, I used to go out and so on and so forth. And what I feel now is a lot of the programs I'm attending are there's a whole display, like it's a whole production. And there's
raw devotion.
Yeah, there's no difference between when I was going to a club and going to a production. And again, I can sort of just say, it could just be solely on me, but what should my focus be? Because
so like when you initially came and you saw kind of a bit more of a less polished, it felt a little bit more of a raw devotion, and 100%. Now it feels very performative.
Performative, yeah.
Oh, these are great points. Yeah, thank you. Your name, Prabhu?
Grayton, Prabhu. Marharaj, sorry.
Grayton.
Sorry.
You from South Africa?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Thank you for your nice questions. I don't know if I'm the one to decide the worldwide vision for ISKCON. They probably wouldn't trust me at doing that. I think all of the things you said are super important. And what I would invite you to consider is that maybe they're not mutually exclusive. Sometimes people, on a very micro level, sometimes people say, should I focus on my sadhana or should I focus on my service? And you know what I tell them? If you do really good sadhana, you're going to be jumping up asking for service. Because when you chant Hare Krishna, what are you saying? Please, Lord, And if you do a lot of service, if you make the sacrifice, if you try to help other people, you know what happens? When you come home and you put your hand in your bead bag, you're carrying some mercy. And when you chant a holy name of Krishna, Krishna says, you're serving me so nicely, let me connect with you. I want to invite you to think about how, just in that scenario, taking care of ourselves and also serving outside of ourselves are actually a synthesis, a dynamic combination. So that's the first thing. So then I think on a very macro level, ISKCON has a lot of internal work to do. We've got to become more understanding of our theology, better education. We need to have communities in which are managed better, where there's better leadership. I'm not saying anything about the leadership here. It's wonderful here. But everywhere we can improve. Sorry, it was Gayton, was it? Grayton. We need so much humanity in our movement. Isn't it? Like sometimes we talk about very high philosophy, but you can come to a temple and maybe nobody will speak to you. Nobody will smile. Very impersonal. We have a lot of inner work to do in our communities. Because if we expand, what are we bringing people to? Right? But at the same time, by going out into the world, by being selfless, by trying to uplift the lives of others, we gain a certain spiritual quality. Right? For example, in a temple where everyone is engaged to try to go out and serve the world, the atmosphere at the temple also becomes beautiful. So again, what I'm sharing with you is the expansion and the boiling are actually also connected. And yes, on your point about how in many ways sometimes we're becoming more polished in the way we present ourselves to the world, we kind of branding bhakti, which is also beautiful because it's a sincere way to try to reach people who otherwise may say, like, I don't connect to this. What I would say is let's just have many different types of program, because many people will like the branded and the kind of more organized and the slick, and other people may like a little bit more of the raw. You know, the mic ain't working today. All right, no worries, guys. Let's just sing from the voice. We don't need any of this stuff. And people like that. So in typical British diplomatic style, I haven't answered your question and I've said basically do everything. But Grayton, it's difficult to answer because all of the things you said are all so important. But you know the beautiful thing? We have this amazing community. And in this community, there are so many individuals who each have their own unique qualities. And therefore, some will work on some things and others will work on other things. And if there's a culture of respect and supporting of each other as a community, we can do it all. So Srila Prabhupada said, all I need is 12 good people. I'll take over the world in 18 days. He probably could have done it, you know, it's amazing. Srila Prabhupada was empowered. So isn't it amazing? I'm sorry, I'm kind of rambling a bit here, but isn't it amazing what the Hare Krishna movement achieved in the 60s, the 70s, the 80s with such a small band of devotees? In 1976, in the southern states of America, the devotees ordered a print run of 1 million Bhagavad Gitas. A single print run of 1 million Bhagavad Gitas. To get the paper to the mill, the train carriages stretched for 2 miles. Now let me tell you, in 1976, at that point in history, Nobody in the history of the world had ordered 1 million copies of any book. The devotees did it. These were just some young, idealistic college dropouts who had incredible devotion, distributing books on the street such that they ordered 1 million copies of the Gita. Just see the power that can come from cooperation. So Prabhupada was just amazing. He brought everyone together. And if we connect with Prabhupada's energy, amazing things can happen. Prabhupada is a magician. Just a magician. So, the best magician, yes. Hey, some thoughts, I hope some of that helped. Thank you for your nice question. Appreciate it. Yeah, Chaitanya Bhav. Just tell me, Vanamali Prabhu, when we should stop.
Fine.
Yeah, okay.
Maharaj, so as we become devotees and as we're in the movement for a while, we take on greater responsibilities. You were talking about doing more for the movement and for Krishna. So as we take on that responsibilities of doing things and trying to achieve things, often it comes in hand in hand with this idea that I can affect change. And affect change, like it also has the connotation like I can do things, I can
Control.
maneuver situations, control situations. So how do we kind of get away from that? Because once you get that responsibilities and that's empowerment, control is like it almost becomes inescapable.
How do you overcome the tendency or thought that you are controlling? Chaitanya Bhav, just do ISKCON management. Soon you'll realize, well, I'm not the controller. Nobody can control, right? Like even Brahma. I mean, it's Brahma, right? Brahma is like the Dene Brahma Hridaya Adi Kavaye. He was like the first created being that created everyone. He told his 4 sons, isn't it? The Kumaras, first 4 sons, he told them, okay, guys, we got to procreate here. Krishna instructed me in my heart, we got to do this. They said, no can do. We're going to be brahmacharis. We think like this is Brahma. Brahma, instructed by Krishna, whose entire body is made of intelligence, who's the supreme engineer of the universe, and his sons say, nah, we're not going to follow you. So sometimes we think, Prabhu, no one's following me in the temple, they're not listening to what I'm saying. Actually, if you look at Brahma's life, it's like a complete, like it's an ISKCON management course, it's very, you can do it, right? Like Brahma, like, in the beginning of his, there was nothing. He was there in the universe. So what did they told? Do austerity. Tapa. 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 So there was nothing. He had to do the whole thing. He had to start with austerity. So sometimes people say, Prabhu, I'm in the leadership position, but there's no men, there's no manpower, there's no money, there's no... Tapa. 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 So my point is that, yes, sometimes we get into this, what we call Ishvara Bhav, isn't it? So we're in a leadership position, we think I'm the controller. Ishvaroham, aham bhogi, siddhoham, balavan, sukhi. This Krishna also says in the Gita, sometimes we get into this mood, Ishvaroham, I'm the controller. We have to realize anything we do in life, we were only able to do because of the empowerment of Krishna and the empowerment of the Vaishnavas. Every generation sees further than a previous generation because they stand on the shoulders of the previous generation. At the end of the battle of Kurukshetra, Krishna and Arjuna finished up the job. So Arjuna said to Krishna, okay, step off the chariot. Krishna says, no. You step off the chariot first. No. First, there's respect, no? No. Krishna said, you step off the chariot first. Arjuna stepped off the chariot. Krishna stepped off the chariot. The moment Krishna stepped off, the whole thing blew up. And Arjuna realized all along Krishna was keeping the whole thing together. Krishna is under Govardhan Hill.
Right.
There's this one. And all the cowherd boys are there with their sticks. We're holding it, guys. We're holding it. So it's a complete illusion. We think we're in control. Sometimes you're giving a talk and your mind just goes blank. You have no idea. We think, oh, I'm the one. I'm an orator. I know how to do it. Krishna can humble you in a moment. Again, become a mouse if you become proud. So pride is very, very, very dangerous. If you're proud, you can't last. If you're proud, you can't learn. And if you're proud, you can't love. So therefore, Trinadapi Sanichena. Kaviraj Goswami says, take the verse, string it on the thread of the holy name, and wear it around your neck at all times. If you're humble, one devotee used to say to me, if you're not perfect, be humble. But the moment you're humble, you're perfect. The moment you're humble, you're perfect. Because then you place yourself in Krishna's hands. So all this thing, karta aham iti manyate, we could go on for this for all night. It's our basic problem that we think, karta aham, I am the doer. And one final thing I'll leave you with, because I talked about my saffron, right, joining as a monk. So it's good to end on that note. So when I was 21 and I was thinking I should join the temple or not join the temple. Should I not? Should I not? I asked one devotee, should I join the temple? So he gave me a cryptic answer. He said, better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all. I was like, what? Is he telling me to get married? Or like, what's the meaning here? It's a very cryptic answer, you know? Later on, I realized he was telling me, try it, try your best, if not. So I remember I was in a room. 20 devotees were around me. This is like intense preaching. Normally one person gives class to 20 people. This time it was 20 people giving class to one person. Join the movement, join the movement. So in my mind, I had a little bit of pride. They've seen something in me. Clearly. I've been headhunted here. They've seen I'm something special. So anyway, everyone walked out of the room. One devotee, he stayed back. He said, sit down. And then he said something and I'll never forget it. He looked at me. He said, this movement is going to spread around the world whether you join it or not. And then he looked at me and he said, but do you want to be part of the adventure? In that moment, he humbled me and he inspired me like anything. Pritivitaya Chayata Nagaradi Gram. This movement is electrifying. It's going to go everywhere, whether we join it or not. But we have a chance to be part of the adventure. We have a chance to be an instrument. And therefore, if we become humble instruments, you will see the most amazing miracles before your eyes. Because this is a movement of miracles. Miracles happened. Miracles are happening. And you know what, dear friends? Many, many more miracles are to come. Adyapiha Shay Leela Kaha Gaura Roy Kona Kona Bhagyavan Deki Bharapoy. When were Mahaprabhu's pastimes? 500 years ago, Prabhu. No. Mahaprabhu's pastimes are going on even today. Kona Kona Bhagyavan. But who is very fortunate? Deki Bharapoy. That person will see Mahaprabhu's pastimes going on even today. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Hare Krishna. Okay, it's not on. So dear devotees, as we know that there was a momentous occasion which happened maybe a couple of decades back, where Prabhuji has taken the saffron robes. Let's all celebrate this year. This year we're going to celebrate it on the Nrsimha Chaturdashi day in the auspicious presence of His Holiness S.V. Keshava Swami Maharaj. And it's one of us. Let's give a big round of applause for that. Miracles do happen, and they will happen. So thank you, dear Maharaj. That was a wonderful, a hope-giving talk, and also a wide, hoping for all of us to hear those wonderful wisdom. So dear devotees, I think it's already late, 8 o'clock. I think we'll not have much of it. Let's go for the prasad. I think before we're going